Do you remember the time we used to be allowed to go to movie theaters? The overpriced popcorn and musty smell seem surreal, almost like a forbidden memory. Is it possible for it to become a reality anytime soon with this pandemic around? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a deep dive into whether we can open up movie theaters again and the impact the pandemic has had on the film industry. Let's be real, the pandemic has been hard for film fanatics like us. When theaters closed mid-March, we thought it was just a matter of a few weeks until everything would be normal again. Now, 8 months later, we're still yearning to see films on the big screen. Many large projects have been pushed back to later releases. Big budget films like Black Widow, the new James Bond movie, Peter Rabbit 2, Batman, Thor: Love and Thunder, Top Gun: Maverick, and the 9th and final movie of the Fast and the Furious franchise, postponed to be released as late as spring 2021. Scheduling a movie release was a hard task even before the pandemic. You don't want your small budget movie released next to a major blockbuster, but even large movie publishers fear that other releases could potentially cut into their profits. This is the reason why we now have a movie jam, while everybody tries to find a good time slot for this movie, and some have already been postponed to 2022. Some publishers, however, have taken a different approach towards the pandemic and have chosen to release their films digitally instead, on streaming platforms such as Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and Disney+. Movies like Lovebirds, released on Netflix, Mulan, released on Disney+, have seen massive success despite the lack of the traditional viewing experience in theaters. So, what does this mean for the film industry? In an article by Vulture, we learned that 2020 has seen the lowest sales of film tickets of all time. PricewaterhouseCoopers says in its annual forecast, predicting a 65.6% drop in revenue to $15.5 billion as many screens are forced to close and major releases are delayed. Is this the end of the traditional era for movie theaters? Does this mean even after the pandemic, things won't go back to normal? Probably not. Of course, there are benefits to watching films in the comfort of your own home, but going to the theater with family or friends is much more than just watching a movie. It's a bonding activity for many of us. It is what keeps life exciting, even if it's just for a couple of hours. There is a great difference between a night streaming films at home and getting ready for a night out after a busy weekend to watch a movie with friends. We all know that feeling right after a great film when we grab a bite with our friends and excitedly discuss the several plot points. It's a simple activity that can change a mundane weekend to a fun one. As humans, we often seek this excitement, and movie buffs definitely wouldn't compromise on that for streaming services permanently. So, how long before all movie theaters open up again? During the summer, AMC opened up their theaters with promises of safety and hygiene, and it's predicted that others will follow suit. Does this mean that everything will go back to normal anytime soon? That seems unlikely, especially because of the panic and fear within the general public about going out, let alone crowded movie theaters. This brings us to the problems which small theaters will face. Large chains like AMC can mitigate these losses, but what about small theaters locked in the gullies and suburban and rural USA? Many of these family-owned businesses are in deep financial crises due to the pandemic. The same applies to independent production houses that make small-budget films. The pandemic has been hard for movie lovers, but unfortunately, much harder for the movie makers. This doesn't mean that we can shoulder the responsibility of their livelihood and start visiting theaters again. Tightly packed, small enclosed are the most prone to be hubs of the COVID-19 virus, and keeping our safety in mind is optimum. It's quite a tumultuous situation given that we can't help small businesses without risking the life and safety of ourselves and those around us. To overcome the situation, many small filmmakers are looking to release their films online and have taken up partnerships with streaming giants like Netflix. Watching films at home has its own perks too, being able to pause whenever, relax, and eat what you like, the money saved from making a trip to the theater, and most importantly, remaining safe and healthy and preventing the spread of the coronavirus disease. After all, the more we stay inside, the sooner all of this will end. If you want to see more videos like this, comment down below. I'll be back with another one soon. In the meantime, stay healthy and safe, and I'll see you soon.